All right, today we are going to go into Essential Graphics, which you can use for text overlays like what you're seeing on the screen right now. So this is different from subtitles. Subtitles are a different thing from this. This is usually used for those kind of pop-up text items. If you don't have it showing, I've got mine right here. It says Essential Graphics. I am in the Editing CS5 workspace. If you don't see it, go to Windows and select Essential Graphics. Okay, within here, you'll get a graphics template. So I've got quite a few ones that I've made and installed. You have libraries. This is where it's going to save them if you have any saved. And so let's just actually get into it and I'll show you how it works. So let me grab a video. Okay, here's a video of me talking to the camera. And I want to add some text on the screen. So I go to my Essential Graphics and I'm going to use one of their default ones here rather than one of these ones that I've added. You basically just grab it, drag and drop it onto a layer above your video, move the playhead, and you can see there's the text right there. Now, it's kind of hard to see because of the white background and the white text, so you can edit it in a few different ways. So I'm going to click on it, and it automatically takes me to that edit option. So I was in Browse, go to Edit, insert name here. Well, that's what I want to insert. So there's a couple ways I can do that. You can double click on it and it'll highlight it and I can change the name. So I'm going to go to the line below it. What you can also do is hit the little type tool. So if you have the selection tool and you want to switch to it, just hit the type tool and it'll lay them in there too. Okay, now let's say I want to change the color. So what you can do is scroll down and you've got multiple options here. We can change the text type if we want. We can change the fill color, so I'm going to change it to black. So that way it's readable. And I want to do the same thing for the line below it. So scroll up and you can see I've got sample text 2. Scroll down and then change that fill. You've got other options here, like if you want to do a drop shadow, stroke if you want to do a stroke, and you can also change where it's placed. You can add some spacing in between the lettering if you want, and do all those general changes that you can do to text. If I want to change the size, do that here as well. You can also do a lot of this once you've added an Essential Graphics. If you go to your effects control, you have all the same options here as well. So notice if I go to text sample 1, expand it, and it's going to give me some options of changing the scale and the position of it as well. So you can change some of the stuff there if you'd like. This particular one has some animations on it that it pops in and out. You can turn those on and off if you want by just hitting the eyeball. If you want to change the length of it, just simply shorten it or expand it in regards to how long on screen it displays. Okay, now let's say I want to add my own. I want to add some kind of a custom text on the screen with the video selected. So let's just delete that one. With the video selected, you just grab your type tool and type whatever it is you want to type. You can move it around. I'm just hitting my selection tool, moving it wherever I want it to be. Okay, I'm going to expand it just a little bit to make it easier to see. Now, next thing, let's say I want to add like something around it, maybe a box or something like that. You can go up here and go add layer and decide what you want to add. So in this case, I'm going to add a rectangle and it adds a rectangle shape. So let's drag and drop it. And of course, I dragged and dropped it on the front. So in order to move it behind the text, just select it, drag it underneath. I'm going to change the fill color. I'm just going to change it to white. And I'm going to change the opacity just a little bit so it kind of blends. There we go. So now I want to take this and I want it to pop on and off from off the screen. What you can do is go into your effects control, hit your vector motion, move the playhead at the beginning, and I'm going to slide it to where I want it. So in this case, I'm going to slide it to the left. So I'm just moving the position to the left until it's all the way off screen. I'm going to hit this little timer icon, toggle animation. And now I'm going to move the playhead to the end where I want it out. All right, now let's see how it works. Let's mute all this. We don't need to listen to me talking. And there we go. So that's adding. It was a bit short, so I'm going to extend it. Now the last thing I'm going to show you is how to save this. So let's say, for example, I want to save this for later and reuse it. To save it, right-click and go Export as Motion Graphic Template. It's going to give me an option of naming it, and yeah, tutorials works. It's going to give me an option of where to save it, so I'm just going to save it by the default into the template folders. You can add keywords to it, so let's say demo template. So that way, if you get a large number of them, you can then search by keywords. Hit OK. It's saving it into my templates folder. So if I'm going to go back into Essential Graphics and browse, let's say type in that keyword. There it is, tutorials. And that's pretty much it. That is a quick intro to Essential Graphics, how to create one, and how to save one. As always, hopefully you found this useful. If you did, of course, feel free to comment, give me a thumbs up, and subscribe, as they say.